Hi everyone. How are you doing? Hey, do you remember the time when we had to book a flight ticket and a hotel to go directly to the conference? I mean, physically. And now we have like this great tool that allows us to be at home with probably a hot, nice cappuccino in your hands, or maybe I'm sure you have some people on a nice terrace watching this conference. Well, I'm not saying that the old way is not good. I'm saying that having this new option, this new tool is great. Do you remember as well the time when we had this, 1 year big campaign when the brands had like huge campaigns you could see everywhere, like on billboards, TV, and magazines. And now they have all those tools, and we can see, several times a year on pre-rolls, display, retargeting, social targeting. And as well, I'm not saying that, offline channels are not good and we should stop them. I'm saying that it's nice to have all those leverage that allows you to really target your customer and know where they are and be able to talk to your customer several times a year. But what about there's a tool that allows us to talk and be on top of mind of your customer once a month, or maybe once a week, or maybe once a day? Well, that's why to me, what can do digital branding and content management for you? And I'll explain you today why is it so important. What is it exactly do I mean by digital branding and content management? How do you can implement it in your business? I'll try to be very practical in this chapter, in this part of my presentation. And I'll finish with specific example that you can, I hope, take away and implement it in your business. And we'll finish with a Q&A session if we have time. So please don't hesitate to drop some question all along in the chat, all along the presentation, so I can answer it during the Q&A session. I had a big challenge building this presentation, to be honest, because I know today we have people from big companies, startups, entrepreneurs, we have freelancers, and we have students. And I really wanted to bring the most value as I could. And so I asked myself this question. I asked myself, what would I tell my best friend if I had 1 hour to give him the best and top tips I had on those two topics? And this is how I built my presentation today. Hi, I'm Alex Vizeo. I am French, and I will try to hide my beautiful French accent during this presentation. Well, maybe not at the end during the Q&A session. If I have a tricky question, I'll probably try to pretend, sorry, I don't really understand. So I've worked in online advertisements for 6 years. And one day I just quit my job to realize my biggest dream, which was travel the world for 1 year. And when I came back, actually, well, I never stopped. And I became, during 7 years, one of the top travel influencers in France. And my mission and my passion was to make people want to travel the world. It's helping them realize their biggest dream, biggest travel dreams. Because to me, when you travel, when you realize when you can do so much more than you thought. And today I'm a digital branding and content management expert because my new mission is to help people through my method, through the techniques I've learned, leverage their business through those tools. And basically my job was during 7 years, creating content every single day on all those platforms to provide top tips to my community, try to inspire them, to motivate them, to show them it's possible to travel the world, and to build this trust with my community. So my community could grow and I could have more opportunity of collaboration, and I could, still being paid to do my passion, share my passion of traveling. So what I talk about today, it's what I've done for the last 7 years. And today, if I want to, be a content management expert and digital branding expert, it's because to me, there is a big difference between having a talent and know how to promote it. You can be a good entrepreneur or having a great tech company or being, a snowboarder pro, but you don't know really exactly how to promote your knowledge, promote your talent so people can know it and you can attract customers, you can attract collaboration, you can attract, to leverage your business. And to me, that's a big difference. All right, let's start. So why is it so important? Why, to me, is it so important to really deal with your content, digital branding and your content management? Well, I think we here all are marketing expert, and marketing is all about getting attention, right? So let's do a quick flashback. Usually, when we need attention, we need different leverage, right? And the more leverage we have, the better it is, because you can try, you can test, and then you can really find out which leverage is the more useful for you, because you know where is your audience and the one converts the best. But strangely, I've noticed when there is a new leverage, which is pretty very good value, when there is not too much competition, and that works pretty well, some tend to really have like this wait and see behavior. Like, okay, is it worth that I put my money and my time in it? So I remember this time when we were saying like internet. Oh, internet? No, no, no. We're big companies. We do some billboard stuff, magazines and TV. It's I saw my kids on the internet. It's not for us. Yeah, sure. And guess who we found out like on display banners everywhere 5 years later? And same thing happened with, social media. Oh, Facebook? Yeah, I saw my kids playing on it, but we are high standard brand with high quality product. It's not for us. Yes, sure, sure you are. And those big companies, they can afford to have this wait and see behavior because they have the financial power to just close the gap then. But if you're a small company, if you're a startup, if you're an entrepreneur, freelancer, that's what I want to transmit to you. You have to use this new leverage, because before it's too competitive, there is too much concurrence in it. Because now, today, we have all those amazing leverage: SEO, newsletters, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, display affiliation. And lately, we have this influence marketing trends. As you can see, I really try to take something very deep and meaningful as an example of content, influencers' content. Or maybe because I'm jealous of her face while she's having a cornflakes. I don't have this face when I'm having my breakfast. So maybe that's why. So why do they get so much attention? Why do they have such big communities? Some have. I mean, in France, some have more audience than TV shows, and more attraction than radio stations, really, just for one person. So why? To me, it's because maybe you have two magic ingredients in this magic recipe. Is first, they're capable of producing content super fast on a daily basis with high quality at very low cost, and being kind of authentic, or it's imperfect, because I think we all now have this bullshit radar. We know when somebody wants to sell something directly before just providing something to us. And the influencer, what they do is just create content all the time that is raw, that is kind of authentic, and that is high quality. I mean, this is not shit. It's not like something really crappy that you can't see. No, it's not like maybe if you take this one, okay, it's not a natural, but they can do it like in maybe 20 minutes. They just put it in front of their window, they take a camera, and then you got it. And then you can do something, and don't ask too much question. They just do. For example, the trends of daily vlogs. Daily vlogs is doing a video every single day. Where those two guys, Casey Neistat and Logan Paul, they build communities of 12 millions and 22 millions followers on YouTube, doing a video of between 5 and 10 minutes every single day during 1 or 2 years. 1 or 2 years with only what they have in their hands. It means a camera and a microphone. And as well, it's not crap. It's very professional, but it looks imperfect. It looks human. It looks like authentic. And to me, that's what the second secret ingredient is. They provide to their audience something that company tend to have a lot of difficulty to do. It's emotions, storytelling, values, and they make you feel part of their adventure. And usually when you're a company, well, you have a product to sell, you have a service, and it's kind of tasteless. It's just a product and then a service. And that's why some company do some sponsorship of superstars or athletes, because they want to associate what this athlete or superstar provide as an emotion, as a storytelling, all this adventure that they have. So they want to associate this brand to those emotions, because people, that's what they're looking for. When I say emotions, like influencer, they provide fun, they provide entertainment, they provide value, tips, education. That's why they give a lot, and they have a storytelling behind it. I mean, why do you think you're so addicted to Netflix series? Because you want to know what's going on next, and you just spend all your nights, because at the end of any episode, then there is a storytelling that makes you want to, see what's next. And usually brands and businesses, they want to sell you something. They tell you why it's good. I mean, what is it good? I mean, we have like this super specific stuff that is, it's good for this. We have this, we can do that for you. But there is no storytelling. We don't know why. It doesn't bring you value. You just want to sell me something. It doesn't create emotions, That's the secret ingredient. So to me, what influencers has understood is they give first and they ask later. They provide things to their community, and then they ask later. And they ask, as I said, can be entertainment, motivation, top tips. And what do you think happened next? What do you think happened next when you provide all of this? Well, you can build trust with your followers. You can have a special link. You can have this relation, sometimes admiration from them, and maybe addiction. So why is it so important for a business to try to create this with your community? Because then you become magnetic. I mean, people come to you. You don't have to chase your customer. They come to you. So let's take the best examples in the world of people who build huge community. For example, Kylie Jenner, the youngest billionaire in the humankind history. She built a business that made $900 million in 3 years with 7 employees. And do you know how much she spent on advertisements, like pure advertisement? 0. Just only on Instagram and content creation. And she did that by doing like 9, what she does on her Instagram is like usually 9 posts about her and her family and what she does, and 1 post about her lipsticks and her cosmetic brand. And she leveraged all of this just by building a relation with her community, just by this. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, like a movie superstar, he capitalized his fame by building one of the most and biggest community in the world. He's the most followed man in the US, and every day he provides content about motivation, how he organizes his day, how he succeed, what his project, what he's proud of. He's just promoting really kindness in his content. And guess what he did? He provide, and then he created Teremana Tequila, his brand of tequila. And I can tell you, he sells pretty well. And the advertisements is just about content, natural content. Kanye West, same thing. He's a billionaire, but he makes more money with his brand of shoes than his songs. Crazy. Michael Jordan, same thing. This guy, same example. Conor McGregor, I don't know if you know him, is a UFC fighter, is the fighting competition or discipline. This guy was in 2018 the 4th most paid athlete in the world. I mean, he's an athlete, but he's not like kind of Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi. But he made so much noise. He attracts so many attention on social media, on the media, and he created all this storytelling on trying to be able to fight one of the most iconic boxer in the world, which were Floyd Mayweather's. That the fight happened, and then everybody wanted to know. There was part of the adventure. People were teasing Floyd Mayweather all the time, and the fight happened. He lost, but he made a ton of money and had so much attention just by creating on social media, more than just being an athlete and be good at what he was. He created something. Another example that is really, really good to implement and to take example if you want to implement that in your business. Crowdfunding videos. Seriously, they are the best. In one single video of 5 minutes, by the way, I bought this backpack. I mean, those guys, They needed $200,000 to reach their goals and be able to do this project. Well, they did 2 millions more because they have the capacity to storytell. Why did they do that? So it tells you why all the adventure, why they want to do this product. And they have the capacity to build trust, because in one video, you need to give them money so they can do the job. And then you want to be part of the adventure. If you finance this project, you kind of feel part of it. You want to see it succeed. So that's a great example. Just go on crowdfunding like Kickstarter and Ulule to see the videos. It's a great example of what you can produce as a company, to be successful and to implement that in your business. And as a really business level, what do you think happens as well when you have all this leverage, that you don't pay, this natural leverage and visibility, and maybe your paid media goes down because you don't need that much more paid media, while your profit margin rise up. And that's what happened with those people. So what do I mean exactly by digital branding and content management? To me, branding and digital branding is the reputation you want to be known for. I like the sentence of Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon, who say, your reputation is what people say behind your back when you're not there. For example, let's take famous examples. Apples are known to, think different, to allow you to be out of the mass. They provide you that. Tesla, they're known to, want to change the car industry and be more sustainable. SpaceX, same guy, but they're known to make space travel easy and cheaper. Patagonia, they're known to have sustainable clothes who want to protect the environment and nature. And all their content try to feed this image. And to me, branding is about creating an image that can be easily identifiable, memorable, and appealing. Why the 3 criteria? It's because, especially on social media and online in general, people don't have time. They're busy. They're like scrolling. So you need to have a very specific image that can be identifiable in few seconds, because you have, I don't know if you noticed, that was kind of the joke, my private joke, but I have this blue shirt with my white t-shirt, which is the same as I have on my profile picture for this meeting, for this conference. It's because, and that's what I used to wear when I was a travel influencer, because I wanted that people recognize me just one blink, with the colors, with my style, with my hair. Well, it can be, if your company can be colors, it can be the environment, because you want to be identifiable, memorable, and appealing. Appealing is about, okay, I know who you are, I recognize you, but you provide me something that, I want to follow you. I want to know more about you. Let's take an example. Great example, Red Bull. All their universe, all the themes they do, it's all about, being, and about adrenaline, about out of the beaten tracks and extreme sports. And in one blink, you recognize their color, their environment, and what they do. Same thing for Nintendo, for example. It's all about fun, entertainment, and casual. Even their product are designed to be casual and fun. So it feeds really their image. It's very important that everything, is in one and main goal to feed that. So to me, branding is about as well, building this link, this trust with your customer, your community, by bringing value to people. To me, it's not about selling, it's about bringing value to people and share with them your adventure, your mission, so they can feel part of it. And if they feel part of it, well, they make your promotion. They will talk about it, about to their friends, to their relatives, and it's free advertisement as well. Content management, when you create content, to me, is the art of talking about your business without selling it. It's using your business to create content. It's the environment, it's the mission, it's the adventure, but without selling it directly. You use your business to talk about it, to provide tips, to provide values, to provide motivation, whatever, to your audience, to build this trust. But you don't sell directly your product, because if you bring value to them, they will come to you. They will buy your product. If you're the one that brings value all the time and entertain them, once you have a product to sell, they will buy it to you. So it's able as well, content management for me, it's being able to produce a huge amount of content to fill up your social media platform. And having in your team the skills to create pillar contents, like huge contents, and then you cut it and repurpose it to be able to really fill up all your different platforms and to target your audience, to really know where they are. And when I say audience, obviously I say as well potential customers. So we all know this famous sentence, content is king. What I say now, content management is king, because it's not only about creating content, it's about where and how you create it and where do you push it and what do you put in which platform, so you can target your audience, so you can have this link every day that allows you to stay in top of mind of your customers. So how do you implement it in your business, whether you're a big company, you're an entrepreneur, startup, or maybe a student or someone who tried to build a reputation to be hired? To me, there is 4 important steps for that. First step, you have to know who you are, because usually that's the problem of companies or entrepreneurs. They know what they do. They can talk about their product and their service, how good it is, but they forget, they really forget to write down. And that's why I really encourage you to take time to write down your values, who you are, that defines your value, defines your company, who you are, and your mission. And there is a famous sentence of Simon Sinek that I love. He says, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. I mean, it's all about, it's like Apple and Tesla. They buy something bigger than the product itself. So it's important that you define your mission. Your product and service is just a tool to reach this mission, this why. And it gives you so much bigger aura, it's more value. I mean, your reputation is so much bigger than yourself when you have a mission. You need as well to write down your qualities, to capitalize on it and to promote it and to really promote that. And last thing, it's important to know what do you stand for. It gives you so much more as well aura and a bigger, I would say, like you be more magnetic if they know what you stand for, what do you defend, what's your fights, So let's take those famous example once again. Apple, their value, high performance, team spirit. I mean, team spirit, they want you to feel part of the Apple family. Have you been to an Apple store? I don't know if you've been to an Apple store already once in your life, but once you got there, you feel like these are the most kind people ever. They always make you a compliment. They're always smiling. It's kind of freaky sometimes because it's too much, but still, they make you feel part of their adventure. That's one thing. And their mission is to provide tools to go out of the mass, to provide tools that you can, do your own path. The qualities, they're reliable. I have my Mac right here, my MacBook Pro, never had a problem in 5 years. It's really reliable. And that stands for mediocrity and standardization. Tesla, their value, innovation, mission, more sustainable world, qualities, technology, super high technology. They stand for sustainable car industry. Patagonia, eco-friendly, reconnection to nature. They provide sustainable clothes, quality clothes, and their quality, durability. And they even offer you to fix their bags and their clothes if something happened to it. So it's really something important to them. All the content they create and the product they create feed those 4 points. Second steps that is to me very important is to shape your public image. Why? Well, as I said, people don't have time. They're on a rush. So they don't have time to really understand the subtleties and all the details of your brands, of your personality, etc. So you need to really pick up 5 topics that defines you, that defines your business of your product, and emphasize it, really. And I like to take the comparison of movie characters. Movie characters are really usually very simple. Very simple. Why? because it's easier for you to remember, to get attached to them, and then to talk about it. When you go out of the theater and you want to talk about the movie, it's easier to say something that is really understandable, and you can really talk about it. So you will attract more people in the future, right? Tony Montana, easy. He's somebody that you don't want to mess with. He has values, a man of word. You don't talk about him, and is really ambitious. His environment, easy. Miami between the 60s, 80s. Forrest Gump, simple mind, laser focus, the kindest man in the world. And his environment, America between 50s and 80s. Simple to remember, simple to explain. Let's take just one example this time. Patagonia. It's all about outdoor sport, sustainable, nature lover, and colorful. And all their content feed this image and they emphasize those points. For example, they released recently Public Trust. It's a movie. It's a movie on their YouTube channel that I would say defend and try to protect the public land that government tried to privatize. I mean, you won't see a close of Patagonia in this movie. I don't have noticed. But the content they produce and they release is to really emphasize who they are, what they stand for, their values. So, when I see a brand that defend values that I share with them, I want to buy their product. I mean, I feel close to them. And when you feel close and your community feel close to your business, they will buy your service, your product, as well. I like this one. They put a very hidden tag on their clothes, vote the assholes out. Because right now the government in place in the US is not very eco-friendly. So they did that to feed this image. Let's take my example. All my content is about freedom, about travel, about even I try to motivate entrepreneurship. I'm all about positivity, authenticity. I mean, I could have been like with a shirt today like this and be very professional. It's not who I am. You remember at the beginning how I built my presentation? I told you I will talk to you as you are my best friend. So all my content feeds those topics and those character that I am, and natural lover as well. Because I've decided to wear only sustainable clothes a few years ago. Third step, you need to build process to create content fast and constantly. So how do you do it? Well, you need now to have internally by yourself or with a team, someone is capable to make pictures, videos, good copywriting, to have like catchy titles and be able to storytell your project or storytell something that make it its story you want to follow. And with the rise of podcast, you need to be able to record and edit sound. I mean, I've done that by myself, everything by myself for several years. So you can do it. If you're like a student, if you're an entrepreneur that start his business, you can learn that. Everything is on the internet and you can master these skills pretty much very easily, or you can at least have semi-professional content that will allow you to produce content. But let's be practical. If you're an entrepreneur, your business is running, you have a little bit of budget, what I recommend you to do to really produce content like as much as possible. You take 20 minutes every morning before you start your operational task, when you write down content. And at first, the 5 or 10 first minutes, you will be like, I don't know what to write. I don't know what you said. But I promise, after 10 minutes, you will have something to say, to share, to provide to your community, the value you have, like tips, lessons, experience, something you have to provide. So you create content every day you can share on posts on different social media platforms. And once a month, when you can do like a photo session with like a photograph you can find on Instagram. I mean, now you can find people really talented and really cheap with the very low cost. I mean, the last mission I had as a travel influencer was in Costa Rica, right? And for Costa Rican tourist office, I brought with me a 19 years old photographer and filmmaker with me. And he was so talented. And he was 19 years old. I mean, because my usual filmmaker was not there, I have to find somebody else. And he was just 19 years old. So please, it's easy to find somebody who is cheap and talented now. It can be a photographer or filmmaker. And as well, if you do an event, please hire a filmmaker that can shoot your event, and then you can repurpose this pillar content into different video clips that you can use on different social media platforms. And I would recommend, if you're an entrepreneur, to start with one platform first, right? Because if you don't know exactly how the process works, you don't feel comfortable, please start with one. If you're a startup, well, up to me, you need to have a content creator and manager full time in your company that can do videos, photo, and audios all the time. This is his full time job, and creating content that will, just just make bigger your brand and your reputation online on a daily basis. And you can be at least with two or three platforms at a time if you have one full time job in your company for that. If you're a big company, well, to me, you need to have an internal crew, a department, and even another company that belongs to you, like Red Bull. They have their production company with filmmakers, photographer, copywriter, community manager, and they cover every event. Every event, you have someone that covers it, that film, that repurpose, make video clip, pictures, and they are on every platform. And Red Bull is the best example of just not doing traditional advertisement, but creating content, telling stories, motivate people, inspire them with their content on everyday basis. So what do you create? Well, you create, to me, about your project, your big project, your news, your product. And it's about not just, creating content about those big pillar content. It's about documenting before how you prepare this, how you make it, why you had this idea. You make people want to be part of this main event, right? And then when you do this main event, you record, you capture, you make pictures, you make videos, and you decompose in different steps. So you can tell a story about it, and you can provide values to your audience, because to me, it's stop selling. It's really start giving, provide values. When you create content, it's not about look at my product, please buy my product. It's about, create interaction. What do you think, guys? We thought we had this experience. We took this lesson from this experience. We want to share it with you. You want to inspire them. So and I'm not talking about, the institutional videos and the one you will use for your advertisement campaign. I'm talking about the daily content you produce. To me, imperfection is the way, because it's equal authenticity. And authenticity makes you more human, make you more, closer to your audience, closer to your customers. And let's take my example on this conference. When I knew I was the speaker of this conference, what did I do? Well, first, I made a post on the different social media platform so people feel part of my adventure, because just after 8 months of just reorientate myself from travel influencer to digital branding and content management expert, I have this great opportunity to have this speech, So I want that people that follow me for years be part of my adventure, and how proud I was. Then, between this post and now and today, I created content to document the process. So on stories, for example, on my Instagram, I made different stories telling the advantages of having a strong personal brand, because I have these collaboration opportunities and different ones. That was an example to show them how important it is. I give them tips as well. My tips, and this is me trying to, walking all around my living room, because this is the way I try to focus. I just go around, just put my phone on plane mode, and I go around. And I give different tips on how to get creative ideas. And then I had interaction with them. To my community, I asked my community, what's your best tips? What's your process to get creative ideas and good ideas? And obviously then I share with the rest of my community the good tips I received. So it's all about documenting. And then What I will do after this talk, I'll probably create other content like content repurpose pillar content. I'll probably do a video about my experience, how it was, how I felt, how good I was, or not. I mean, you'll have to tell me. I'll probably write down an article with my key information about my talk because my community is French. So I want my community to get the best of my presentation. And because maybe they're not able to watch it or understand it, I will write an article about it. And I'll probably finish with my top tips to crush a presentation. After you make sure that it's good and you tell me it's good. Otherwise, I probably won't make this video. I want to take an example and give a lot of credit to Chanel because I went through their Instagram account and they had this fashion show and they create different video clips about this fashion show where you have like different moments of the fashion show where you have this models going around, and in between they had like posts about interviews of the different celebrities they had, and they're giving the feedbacks of their impression, what they think about the fashion show. And I thought it was a great idea. As well, they did a great storytelling. They create storytelling about Gabrielle Chanel, which is the founder of Chanel, and talking about her story, who she was, how she she created this brand. So it provides you more information for their community to be closer to the brand, to more understand the brands. And they could have been even further to me on the fashion show to maybe interview the creator, the designer. Why those colors, why those materials, to interview, or maybe do like a behind the scene video about the fashion show. How's it go? How do you organize? Why those colors and everything? I like another example. Tesla. This is their Instagram account. For real. If you look at it, it looks like it's your best friend account. It looks like anybody account. But it is authentic. They are not looking for perfection. They're just releasing content and they have a huge, huge engagement rate. And this is just like, we just want to, you feel close to us. We just want to drop smart and funny and entertainment content. And as well, to show you that we try to make a more sustainable world. Really take a look to their Instagram. It's a really good example. Fourth step and last steps, and I'm almost done, and I'll try to do some Q&A question answers as well, a session, sorry. So please drop some question if you want me to try to have time to respond. Learn the social media rules. Would you play poker with blackjack rules? I guess not if you want to win. Another question. Would you tell your holiday the same way to everyone? I mean, I guess if you come back with holiday with your girlfriend and you're with your best friend, you're like, yeah, we had really good time, really intimate moments, And I guess if you tell your mom, you'll be like, oh, the weather was good. Yeah, we had great weather. That was awesome. And maybe to your colleague, you'll say like, oh, we found out a really nice restaurant. I'll give you the address if you go there, right? So social media is about this. Knowing the rules of each platform, how it works, what's the code, how you use it, when do you post, really learn that to be able to be efficient and go out of, make the difference, to crush it. But as well as to understand that each social media platform represents kind of a real place. LinkedIn is about, can be a conference. It can be like where you go at work, at the office. So you need to behave and talk and share information that is related to atmosphere. Facebook is about, more casual, as you like, on a family dinner or with friends. Instagram is about, being the best of what you can and show how good you are. And TikTok is about just, make fun, have fun. It's important to know that, because it's when you really control the tool that you can get the best of it. All right. So to recap, the goal of content management, because I have 5 minutes left, the goal of content management is to build an engaged community who trust you and you have a strong link with, so you can become magnetic, you never runs out of customer, and you reduce paid media upsell. All right. As well, you need to define who you are to be easily identifiable, memorable, and appealing. And you need to build process to create content on a daily basis that brings value to your audience, bring value to your audience. Stop trying to sell straight, right? Give before asking. So you can maintain this trust and you can maintain this top of mind. And you need to know the social media rules and secrets in order to crush and make the difference on social media. All right, I had some specific example to give and ideas to give about New Balance and the different people present here, but I think we'll try to go straight to Q&A session. All right, so let's see. What are some of the technical skills you would advise to learn for someone working on their own? All right, good question. That's what I was saying in the how part. To me, it's about two things. It's about knowing how to, you need to know actually what do you do best. For example, me, I feel more comfortable talking. And probably you saw that. I like to talk a lot. So what I do is videos, because video allowed me to really emphasize these skills, right? I'm not about too much writing. I need to do, because I'm on every platform. I'm used to be on every platform, but you need to find out first, what is your skills you feel more comfortable in, and then you need to capitalize on it. For example, if it's writing, well, you just do a session, a photo session with a photographer, and you do a lot of posts about writing, how you transmit your skills, you transmit your experience and your lesson with this. And then I would say, just when you control one skills, when you master one skills, try to get another one. And if you're on your own because you don't have budget, man, just take your phone and practice. Keep in mind one thing. It's better when it's done than it's perfect. And because people want something imperfect, when it shows you human, that will give more credibility and more attachment to you. So just try to master one skills and then just practice with the other one. All right. Another question. I hope it answered your question, by the way. How long does it generally take to create a community and engagement? A month, a year? It means a lot of time to invest, I guess. Yes. What I didn't say, and I don't know how I forgot that. It's, to me, when you build a community and when you do some content creation on a daily basis, it's not like paid media. Paid media, you put money on the table, you know how much you get, you control your metrics, you get all the analytics. For me, content creation and building a community is like real estate. It's something you build, or when you stock market, it's something you build with the time. It's a compound interest. At first, with compound interest, you put nothing. You have nothing, and then after years, it rises up. It's exponential, right? So to me, I'll say it depends. You have to be passionate, because you don't need more, like a lot of big community to have customers. It's good to have like 1,000. I have someone that I helped building her personal brand during 1 year. During 1 year, she provide a lot of content, a lot of free and quality content. She built a community of 10,000 people in 1 year. And when she released the product with no advertisement, she made almost €500,000 in revenue. €500,000. But she provided a lot before. So you need to be patient. You need to know that you don't need more, like an enormous amount of followers to really make money and survive in your business, but you need qualified customers. It means that's why you need to really be clear on your values and what you do, because you want to attract the good customer to you. Okay, so you try to be passionate. There is 1 minute left, and I'll try to find out one more question. What are the skills and knowledge tool that can help you your personal brand if you are not Kylie Jenner? I would say be authentic, because you don't want to attract maybe Kylie Jenner customer, because this is not what your business is about. You want to attract your customers, the values, So this is, once again, you don't need a lot of customers. You need qualified customers. And this is what, to me, branding is about. Branding is about being conscious that you don't want everybody. You want qualified people. You want someone who really trusts you, who likes your product, and just will buy it. And you feed this trust on an everyday basis. So the tool is just be authentic. Don't try to be someone else. And it's very attractive, but still. All right. See you, everyone. My time is over. I hope you liked your my presentation. Please leave a comment, tell me something. Don't hesitate to contact me on social media. And I wish you a grateful day. Bye bye.